Alicia, and I'm going to welcome you guys today to my little webinars, if you will, about autism and Asperger's more specifically. And I have just a quick little checkoff list that I want to give you guys and give you an idea on, when your child is transitioning over to a new school, like mine is transitioning to middle school. And so what I did is I met with the principal beforehand when the school year ended this past year, but now the new school year is starting, and you may or may have not gone and talked to the teachers about your child, and because you always want to talk to your new school and the new people that are going to be with your child all day. So what I did is I went over there and I met with them. I took the little tour that they give, and the things you want to ask are like contact information. That's the most crucial importance, because if something happens, shit hits the fan kind of in a way for our kids at school, we need to know who to contact. Okay, so you need to have contact information first, because that's most crucial. Who your person is going to be, if there's anything that you need to address for that, especially the first week of entering a new school. So you need, most likely it's going to be the counselor, it's going to be the psychologist, or it's going to be the principal or the vice principal. Those are the four people that usually taking care of these things. And second thing you're going to need is you're going to need an IEP date. That's an individual educational program. If you don't know, you can check out my other video that explains what an IEP is. But I'm sure most of you know by now. If not, then I welcome you to watch that video. Explains in more detail. Anyhow, so you want to schedule your IEP date, and you want to do it ahead of time, as soon as, even before school starts. I called my school and said, I need to schedule an IEP, and I need it to be done within 30 days, because that is how it's set up to be. Not only that, but you need to keep in mind that there's a lot of people that need to get together for this meeting, so you want to give them heads up and with anticipation to know that you need to schedule this so they can get their schedules together. Of course, number 3, you need to know what time school ends, what time it starts, and what the schedule's like. So that's number 3. Number 4 is going to be the first day of school. You want to find out for your child where it is they have to show up to, and you have to be very specific. You don't just, I know that normally you would just send your kid, go find out where you're supposed to be, but that's not the case with our kids. So you need to walk in there and specifically ask the questions, because they also will not volunteer them for you. Ask the questions. Where does he show up? Where do I drop them off? Where does he look for his name? Is it posted where? And is it all over the place? And when I dig for more questions, I find out more information. For example, when I asked, they said, well, you could just drop him off in the front, and then, he'll find his name posted somewhere. I'm like, well, that's not going to cut it for me. I need to know exactly where you're going to be posting this information. So then they told me it was going to be posted in different areas, but there's going to be a little table with stations, and those stations are going to have your last name on there. And he's going to find his last name, and then he's going to find out what class to go to, and in that class they're going to give him a schedule. So all this information may be irrelevant to regular kids, but it's not for these kids. So they need to know exactly what to expect. It's very important, guys, especially with those anxiety that they're going to start with, that they might start with. Not all, and not that anxious, but normally even neurotypical normal kids. I don't like that word normal, but neurotypical, you know what I mean. So, and number 5, you definitely need to make sure that you have all their uniforms ready, PE uniforms. It really behooves you to go and behooves you. I got that word from my teacher, who's an old teacher in nursing school, and I love to use that word. I don't know why. I know it's an old-fashioned word. Yeah, I'm getting older. I'm not that old, I think, but regardless, I like to use behooves you. So it behooves you to go, that means it's in your best interest to go and pick up your PE uniforms, because what happens when I went, I tried to pick up an extra set because I had already gotten this beforehand, before, when school was ending for this new school he's going to be entering. So I went and bought him a uniform, but I wanted to buy him a second one. And now that school's starting in a few days, I was faced with, now they don't have any. I have to pre-order them. It's going to take 2 weeks, and this whole chaotic mess stuff here. So you know, I'm glad I have the set that I did buy, but now I have to wait 2 weeks to get another one. So those are my 5 tips that I wanted to give you guys today on, when you're getting ready for transitioning to another school, especially a middle school. And I guess as an extra bonus, what you would need to do is go over your the anticipations with your child. Of course, after you take the tour at school, and go over with him everything that you talked in school about, and ask them if they have any questions. They might have a question. Um, so anyway, again, number one was contact information. Number two, IEP date. You want to get that scheduled as soon as possible. Number three was, you need to get the hours, right? The information of when school starts and ends. Number four, you want to get the information as to where they actually are going to show up to, where they're going to go. And number five is uniforms. What would, uniforms for PE, but also for regular, can they wear shorts? Um, don't forget to ask specifics like that. Can they wear shorts? And if so, is it specific kind of shorts? Like I know in mine, they told me they can't wear cargo pants kind of shorts. So those are specific information, because, the more you prepare, the more you're going to get your child to be less anxious. So anyway, those are my tips for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Those are my 5 tips in this little mini webinar, I guess you can call it, for Aspies. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your watching, commenting, and subscribing. And if there's anything you would like to ask me, please feel free of charge. I do work with some families, at low cost, but this is not in any way any commercial for that. So I'm here to help anyone free of charge. When I started my journey, I didn't really have anyone to go to, and I was totally lost. And so anyway, please feel free to ask any questions, or comment, private message me, whatever you'd like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Thank you so much. Take care. God